Good meowing guys, gals, MBs, and YouTube catters. As the YouTube video, as the title suggests, I just got first place with White Forest at my store's OTS tournament for a Burst Protocol, meaning I am the tournament store champion, meaning I am going to nationals, meaning I got a shiny new mat as well as a couple of boxes of Burst Protocol. But more importantly, I get the bragging rights and I get the clout, I guess, of winning first place at the store championship. Had a lot of fun. It was an amazing event, a very long event for me, having to wake up super early and play so many rounds of Swiss as well as Top Cup, but ended up going X1 in Swiss to get third place in Swiss, and it cut to top 4, where I of course ended up winning out in Top Cup and getting first place in the tournament. So I wanted to take the time to break down the list, talk about the cards, talk about the decks, talk about the matchups, what I would change, what felt great. And as always, if you liked this video, if you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below. And while you're there, remember to like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. So without further ado, let's just get into it. All right, well, as you can see, we have our brand new, shiny, beautiful Forbidden Crown OTS champion mat for getting first place, as well as our 2 boxes of Burst Protocol. We are going to be opening this up live on stream. This video will be coming out Sunday afternoon, so we will either be doing it later Sunday evening or Monday, so be sure to catch me live over at twitch.tv/Grinning Neko or here on YouTube as well at the same time. So be sure to like and subscribe so you get that notification when we're going live if you want to hear a more in-depth discussion of the deck, as well as when we crack open these boxes. But we got first place with just pure Azamina White Forest, no DMod package, no Elven Notes, no toy box, just clean, pure Azamina White Forest. Nice 40 cards, nice, efficient, consistent deck, which if we go full combo with either way, we're still making a full board that is a near unbreakable board with tons of back row support as well. I mean, as far as White Forest lists go, this is probably as standard as you could probably surmise, but it doesn't make it any less lethal, as we have our triple LZ of the White Forest, obviously best starter and best extender in the deck. We have our triple Sylvie, our best normal summon in the deck. And then we have our one Aza LZ. This is all the White Forest names. This is honestly all you really need as well. There's so many consistency cards as starters, like your Witch, like your Tails. You have your lines through your Diabell Star to get into White Forest as well if need be. This is all the starters that you need. I did not run the Stellar because I didn't want to brick on normal summon names, and honestly I never missed the Stellar at all. This felt like plenty of White Forest names. If you do get interrupted and some choke points that obviously running 7 names will present, there are ways around it by using your Diabell Star Vengeance to make a synchro to get out level 2. You have to use your Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. There's a lot of different lines and a lot of different things that you can do. You can be creative, but you can easily play through every interaction except for the normal Droll and Lockbird and Dimension Shifter, which we got drolled a couple of times and we got shifted once in the finals. Continue on the spells and traps. We are on triple Witch of the White Forest. I see people cutting down Witch of the White Forest, cutting down the field spell down to 2, sometimes even 1. I think that's absolutely incorrect. This is the best starter in the deck. Yes, it does lock you out of darks. You don't get to go into the Azamina package during your turn. This is also the reason why I do not like the DMod package, because sometimes you just end up with Witch being your only starter, and so you don't even get access to the DMod package in the first place. So Witch of the White Forest also makes Sylvie a 1-card combo. So we want to play where the lock doesn't hurt us as much as humanly possible. The 1 Tails, the 1 Civil Spoils of the White Forest, and the 1 Woes. Then we are on 2 Diabell Star of the Black Witch. Unfortunately, I do not have the second alt art of the Starlight Rares, but I still love this art nonetheless. I wanted an extra starter that did not take my normal summon, so this is why we are on a 2 Diabell Star of the Black Witch and no Stellar. is because I really wanted to save my normal summon for the Sylvie. I didn't want to get bricked with an Esteller in hand. We are on triple wanted. I know everyone in the YouTube comments are happy about this. I finally bumped it up to triple wanted. Honestly, I didn't ever feel the need for the third wanted in my personal opinion, but just maximizing on your starter, especially in a pure 40 card deck, maximizing on your starters is never a bad thing in general. There are a couple of times throughout the tournament that I did open like multiple copies of it in hand, or drew into a second or third copy of it from like another wanted draw. That felt a little bit bad, but it is what it is. We are on the one Deception, the one Silvera. I can't talk enough about how good Silvera is. You should be playing Silvera in this format, especially as a format where Droplet mained in every deck either at 2 or 3 copies. So Silvera, amazing back row interaction. The one Hollowed Azamina, and then I alluded to it a little bit earlier, but we are also playing the Debtors. So with the field spell being at 3, I feel like the Debtors, it has to be mandatory. It is a pseudo brick card, or it is a 2-card combo. Like, you need to open another Sinful Spoils with it to make it good. If you do start the field spell only, you have a line for Deception to search your Debtors. So, and then you'll send the Deception with your like Diabelle's effect. So it resets at the end step. And now we just get to make Illa Sylvia during our opponent's turn. This card was amazing the entire time. Even if I didn't open field spell, a lot of times I would just open like Hallowed and Debtors and plus a wanted, or like any 2 combinations of these 3 cards, where first action, I would just go main phase Debtors, chain wanted, add Diabelle Star, make the Omni Negate, and now we go full combo underneath an Omni Negate, and we don't care about Droll. We are on the Diabelles, the Diabelle Star Vengeance, the Philia, and the Curse. This is your 4-card package in every White Forest deck. This is the 4 best cards in the White Forest deck, pretty much. For non-engine, we are on triple Ash Blossom, triple Fuelos, and then controversial double Perulia. Perulia was good for me. It wasn't as good as I had hoped. I could definitely see the Perulias being triple tactics thrust in the main if you wanted to main thrust. A lot of the times, if Perulia was not good, I mean, I did run into a few decks where Perulia was great. My philosophy is with these hand traps, aside from the Ashes, because the Ashes are just here for if we win the die roll and go first, we want to be able to Ash Thermal Charmies. Of course, me having the luck that I do, I only won 1 die roll the entire day, and that was in the 4th round before top cut. So it is what it is, at least for my play style and for my philosophy and my luck, especially since I can't win a die roll to save my life. Maximizing on your Molcharmies means that we get to draw into non-engine to break boards with in games 1. Even if we don't draw into non-engine, we're drawing into engine, which if you draw into enough engine with White Forest, you just play through every interaction in general, because the deck is just so consistent through anything that is not a Droll and Lockbird or a Dimension Shifter. Why I maxed out on the Molcharmies in the main deck is because I want to draw into my non-engine, which is double Droplet and an evenly match to break the boards. Then the final 3 cards are the 1 Triple Tactics Talent. We are on the 1 Black Goat Laughs to up our trap count. Also, Black Goat Laughs is great into Yummy matchups. Did not see any Yummy all day. It was kind of a very weird tournament. And then our 1 copy of Called By for Droll and Lockbird. For the extra deck, we have the Poplar, we have the Silvera, we have the Resilia, and the D-Bell, all of your White Forest names, pretty standard. Then we are on Azalin, the Shackled Dragon. This card was actually cracked. This card was amazing. This card turned out to be a lot better than I could ever imagine, because what you'll do is you will have your D-Bell on the field. Your D-Bell will send a spell trap and summon your Zalin. And then whatever they activate, even if they're not chaining to their own stuff, we have a Sylvie in the grave. We go Sylvie effect to chain to whatever they're activating. And now we've created a chain. So we go chain link 2 Sylvie, target Diabell, target Resilia to shuffle back, special summon the Sylvie. Now we can go chain link 3 Zolin and negate what we're chaining to. So if they activate a Stake Your Soul and nothing else, then we go chain link 2 Sylvie, shuffle back the Diabell, chain link 3 Zolin, negate and destroy your Stake Your Soul. The Chaos Angel, that's mandatory as our best level 10 to make, and our Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon, that is also mandatory as our best level 12 to make. Then we are on the Chorozo to make sure we don't brick on Sinful Spoils or Diabell star cards. Then the Azamina Murcielago, Azamina Illa Sylvia, Azamina Moa Regina, and our Saint Azamina. And lastly, our pure Azamina, as all of our Azamina names. And then our final 2 cards are the Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon. A lot of people have been cutting this card. This card was absolutely insane for breaking boards. And then the final card is the Guardian Chimera for our Sinful Spoils of the White Forest target. I made this one time off of Sinful Spoils as a pop 2, draw 1. Sideboard probably needs some work. We'll see. It was the thing that I was like least confident about in a couple of cards. But we have the 3rd copy of the Perulia for Vanquish Soul K9 matchups, or Vanquish Soul. I figured I would see a lot of Vanquish Soul. It's very popular in my area, and it is just a very good deck. I think it's the better like mid-range grindy deck. Just the good news is White Forest has, as long as we're not getting trolled or shifted, we have good matchups into those decks because we can just continue to combo through their interactions, and them putting monsters on the board means we also get to activate Diabell Star Vengeance during our turn. We are on 2 Droll and Lockbird. I don't think I ever sided these in, I'll be perfectly honest. I think I sided them in one game against Vanquish Soul K9 and didn't see them. Then we are on the 2 Super Poly. This was also a weird decision. It never came up during the entire tournament. The one time that I made it to board break, I was already losing that game from being under shifter, so it didn't really matter. I sided this in a lot, mainly against branded Draco Tail, just because if they end on their Ecclesia Synchro plus a fusion, you can super poly both of those off into a Saint Azamina as your first action, and now Saint Azamina gets to summon like your Omni Negate or summon any like your Moa Regina to also help you break boards. So good in that aspect, but the one time that I sided this in against a pure branded player, they ended on like Christia, a fusion, I can't remember which one it was, and the Ecclesia with some back row, and I was able to just droplet their whole board to get rid of the Christia lock effect and the other 2 monsters during the draw phase. We have our 2 Triple Tactics Thrust. Thrust was always amazing. Thrust is always great. If I could find room in the main deck for the Thrust, I would be maining Thrusts. If you are not expecting to see a whole lot of Branded Dracotail or Perulia is not very good, then you could put the Thrusts in over those Perulias. Going first cards, we have the Scourge of the White Forest, another Thrust target of evenly matched, double Cyclone, because I was expecting to face a lot more Dracotail. I don't think there was a single Dracotail player. It was a very, like I said, very weird tournament. There was like a couple of pure branded players, a couple of Radiant Typhoon players, and a lot of like Vanquish Soul K9, and a lot of just like weird decks that I wasn't really prepared for. One Different Dimension Ground as a thrust target as well. Harpy Feather Duster as a thrust target for back row decks. Anti-Spell Fragrance for back row decks and for branded Dracotail. And then finally a Diabell's the original Sin Keeper as basically a searchable anti-spell fragrance. We have a line in the deck where you can go effect of Diabell's the White Witch, send Diabell's the original Sin Keeper from your deck to the graveyard, then go into your Saint Azamina, bring out Moa Regina, and then Moa Regina can revive this Diabell's the original Sin Keeper and put it on your field. Like I said, 40 card White Forest, pure Azamina White Forest. I really enjoy this deck a lot. I love this deck so much. but I am happy now that I have my Nationals invite that I can have a little bit more fun. Now we can relax a little bit. I have a regionals coming up in a couple of weeks, so I think I'm gonna bring Dark Magician to that one. I promised the catters in the Discord because I wanted to do sweat for this tournament and bring out White Forest and try and get the best chance at getting a Nationals invite as I could. That once I got my Nationals invite, then we'd have fun, then we'd be a little silly and we'll play Dark Magician at the next major tournament that we go into. If you're looking to get into White Forest, this deck is amazing. This deck is wonderful. This deck is actually really good in this current format, especially with Droll and Lockbird at 2. Although I did get drolled, sometimes double drolled. Like sometimes they opened both copies in their hands throughout the tournament, and that always still feels really bad. But like if you were playing this deck, you were just expecting to get drolled at this point. But if they don't have droll, then we just get to go full combo regardless through everything and still end on a full board, an unbreakable board even. Also, the art's cute. You should be playing this because the art is very cute. It is a very fun deck, a very cool deck. And it's also very good in this format. So again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, all that good YouTube stuff. We will be back with more White Forest videos in the futures, keeping up with the meta, especially with upcoming cards in Blazing Dominion. So be on the lookout for that. But for that being said, hope you enjoyed the video, catters, and as always, good night.